Looking at this part of the draw, all those quarter-final places up for grabs. We have an all-India tie up top there. And the winner of our match coming up plays one of Sung or Chu from Chinese Taipei, and Chu is on match point as we speak. So they might fancy their chances, Gunji or Wang, for a place in the semi-finals. We shall see. There have been a few upsets in this tournament. Talking of which, my fellow commentator here was staring at his banana skin earlier and called it. Are you looking at your banana skin now or not?
Nope.
He's firmly fixed on the screen.
Yeah, she's gritty, Riko Gunji. She's a fighter. She's out of the sort of Fukano Yamaguchi playbook. You know, she works hard. She's as fast. She's not that tall. She'll fight for every point, there's no doubt. But Wang Zhi, on home soil, after the year she's had, in my opinion, will have enough. It's not firepower, it's enough consistency and coolness and calmness, and just rely on her badminton to see her through this one. That's the prediction for me anyway.
They have met once before. That was a long time ago at the World Juniors. Wang Zhi won in straight games. We're talking of World Juniors, of course. That is one of her claims to fame, Riko Gunji, the year after that she lost to Wang Zhi. She went on to win the World Junior Championships in 2019.
It was Go Jin-wei that came through to win on that year, 2018, to prevent Wang Zhi from getting there.
Here is Wang Zhi, who is 25, 171, playing in her best ever ranking. Is a former Asian champion twice in 2022 and 2024, a Youth Olympic silver medalist in 2018 in Buenos Aires, a World Junior Championship bronze medal winner in 2018 when she beat her opponent today along the way. Xu Wenqi, she beat comfortably 16-9 in the opening round. She's also a former Asia Junior champion, Wang Zhi. She's got 9 titles on the HSBC BWF World Tour. We'll return to that in a minute. Riko Gunji is 22, a bit younger than her opponent, a lot shorter as well at 160, at her best ever ranking of 28. As I mentioned, she is a former World Junior champion from 2019 and has 1 title to her name on the World HSBC BWF World Tour, winning the Indonesia Masters Super 100 last year. She beat Bei Wen-zhang in 3. That was actually a pretty quick match in 48 minutes. Just returning to Wang Zhi, she's the defending champion of the China Open. She beat Tomoka Miyazaki in the final. Her most recent title, the Malaysia Masters, just a couple months ago. But yeah, you've been talking as well about her good season.
Oh, the consistency. I mean,
yeah.
Final at the Indonesia Open, final last week in Japan, final at Singapore. You know, it's the last 3 events. All England finalists, World Tour finals win, Malaysia Open finalist, Denmark Open winner. You know, all of these over the last 9 months or so, and defending champion here at the China Open Super 1000. I mean, she's hit so many finals.
Yeah.
Big events, almost the biggest you get, that you can't counter out. You know, yes, we've got Chen Yufei back on a much better form than she was 6 months ago, or 3 months ago when she came back. Yes, you've got An Se-young on the draw, but Wang Zhi is always looming.
Mateusz Wrobel of Poland is our umpire, and Latif Jahari of Indonesia, the service judge.
On my right, Wang Zhi, China. And on my left, Riko Gunji, Japan. Wang Zhi to serve, level, play.
She's on pretty good form though, Riko Gunji. Based on what we watched last week at the Japan Open, it was the quarterfinal result I was most impressed with.
Beating Han Yue, yeah.
And she beat Han Yue 17-10.
Service over, 1-0.
That is a terrific result. It was a great performance. She also beat Tung Jung in the same event, although Tung Jung's been out with those medical issues a lot recently. You take that and combine it with this sort of drifty conditions. We just saw Christo Popov take out Jonathan Christie, for example. There's potential.
Yeah, this is just the third China Open that she's playing at. Wang Zhi, as I said, won it last year, second round the year before, first ever China Open for Riko Gunji. And we can tell you that her season so far, Riko Gunji, well, Japan Open, we said semi-finals, as we mentioned, and also of the German Open, quarterfinals at the Taipei Open and the Orléans Masters, and a couple of early exits at the Thailand Open and the Vietnam International. She's not played a whole lot of tournaments this year.
Service over, 2-all.
So she's actually done all right, given how little she's played. Wang Zhi, Malaysia Masters, she won. She's had 5 finals this year, as Bobby alluded to. So that might be something you want to look at, not converting those into titles. Of course, there are some very good players out there, namely An Se-young. Only one early exit this year. Was not on the World Tour, that was the Asia Championships. So she's had a very decent season, 76% win rate.
Yeah, and Riko Gunji, of course, on the better ends in this very drifty arena, and that was by choice, of course, after winning that coin toss. So again, interesting. We saw Christie earlier, Jonathan Christie, to his detriment, chose to start the match on the worst end. A decision I would have actually agreed with. Yes. I think he did the right thing, but he went on to lose the match. And Riko Gunji here has to take this opening game.
Agreed.
And
like we said about Leung Junhao,
that adds pressure for me if I was Riko Gunji. But that being said, she's playing against Wang Zhi, and it perhaps gives her the best chance of getting through into a scrappy third deciding game where anything can happen. She wants to get the advantage of starting well, and you know, fair play. That's a decision only she can make.
I'd like to, if someone can be bothered, and maybe this will be your homework for today, Bobby, your assignment, should you choose to accept it, is to do a correlation between coin toss wins and results on court 1 in singles.
There's no, that would be an interesting test for somebody, and I say somebody because there's absolutely no way I'm going to take that on. And the reason is, there's no data on coin tosses, so I'll have to sit and watch.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
A million YouTube videos.
I'm only suggesting the last 3 days. Don't worry.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, just curious because you know we're talking about this year's tournament. Thanks, Bobby. Appreciate it.
That being said,
because I think Christie would be one of the few
who won the toss of the coin
and lost, and also being an high-ranked player. I mean, of course, that's generally
interesting.
I'm just putting that out there as a thought.
Yeah.
Mind you, Leung Junhao also won the toss and lost.
Yes, but he was playing Kunle.
Correct.
That's what I was sort of about to allude to.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah.
If you're a high-ranked player, won the toss and lost would be.
And that's what Christie did.
Yes. Wang Zhi, by the way, is in front here by a couple. That's a delightful shot. Now, we bring this up every so often whenever a player's come through and done well at the juniors. She's a former world junior champion, and we talk about those who you've spotted, they thought, wow, that's going to be a world beater one day. Riko Gunji won the whole thing 7 years ago and hasn't pushed on as she would have liked, I'm sure.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I must admit the win at the time in the women's singles was fairly surprising, I suppose. It was a bit of an open field that particular year. When you look back at the winners of certain years, Intanon, Yamaguchi, Tung Jung, Chen Yufei, you know, you kind of think, now that we know them as players, you think, fair enough, you know, you're brilliant, top 10, top 5, top 2, whatever in the world now as a senior. Yes, naturally, your instincts are, you're probably a good junior player, fair enough. You look at Gunji now, you look at Go Jin-wei now, and you think, I'm surprised they beat this current crop of their age group when they were juniors. And I think it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because there are so many, it's just gone long. Yeah. There are so many factors that affect the transition from junior to senior player, and that weight of expectation. And that, surely for me, when I think back to where I was and what I was watching back in 2014, 2016, that kind of time, and Go Jin-wei, this superhuman junior at 14, 15 years old, won the World Junior Championships, and then 4 years later did it again. That's how young she was when she first won it. Amazing. 4 years young. Incredible. Yeah. At the time you think this is going to be the best women's singles player the world's ever seen. Right. And then she turns pro and we barely see her in finals. And so who knows what the pressures are. Knowing a little bit about her and watching her and the challenge she's had and that retirement video she put on YouTube, and then she came back and
she's also had to face an amazing amount of pressure and expectation back home, right?
Yes, and she lacks the physicality that some of these top players have. I mean, she's 4 or 5 inches shorter than Unsa Young, doesn't have the muscular stature, the strength. She's, you know,
like Yamaguchi, you know, who's still built.
Yes, but
he doesn't have the height. But
Yamaguchi is strong.
Yes, exactly.
Physically, even though she's small. Yes, she's also fast, consistent, amazing defense. Very doesn't miss the court much. Yeah. Go Jin-wei is a very flair-based, flamboyant, creative kind of player that will make a lot of mistakes. Yeah. And how do I say this without wanting to sound too cruel or you know, I don't mean to be disrespectful to her in any way. She struggles with the mental side of the game. I know that for a fact. And that perhaps is one of the main reasons that she hasn't transitioned well into being a senior player. There are loads of reasons. My favourite reason why a superstar at junior level hasn't come through is the Chinese doubles player, DZ Jian. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Right. So Wang Chan, who plays with Liang Weikang, of course, Wang Chan's former partner. Right. They won the World Juniors a couple of years young. They were top seeds and favourites to win it in, I think it was 19, when they played Leo Rolly-Carnando and Daniel Martin in the final. The Indonesians came through and won. It was a brilliant moment, a surprise moment. But these two Chinese guys, particularly DZ Jian, were superstars in China at that moment. He was 17, 18, and he, you know, I was following him on Insta and Facebook, and, you know, he could have been mistaken for thinking this guy must be, you know, Lin Dan. You know, he was at a high sort of public level. Anyway, he got banned for match fixing his own matches. I think it was the Denmark Open in 21. He bet somehow money on himself to lose against an Indonesian pair. I think it was Fikri and Maulana at the time. Lost the match, got found out, all of this stuff. His girlfriend at the time took screenshots of their chat talking about this stuff. Not only that, he was disrespecting players from other areas. He called Wang Chang lazy.
Wow, his own partner.
Yeah, and it all kind of just fell apart. But at the time, this guy was the next big thing in Chinese doubles. And, you know, there you go. There are lots of other reasons why players don't make it.
Good stories.
Yeah.
Wang Zhi, by the way, edging in front here on this tougher end. She got that, yes, she has, well done.
She's finding that length really well, considering the circumstances.
Wang Zhi then leads by 2 in the first game against Riko Gunji.
Play.
Wang Zhi will be pretty pleased with things thus far. I know it only looks like a 2-point lead, but given the circumstances.
Oh, I think it's in. She's pulled out of that.
She did.
Unwisely.
10, 11.
Yeah, just to go back to that Riko Gunji history, not to take anything away from her, but there are 2 recognisable players in the draw. One of them went out in the quarterfinals that year. That's Putri Kusuma Wardani of Indonesia, and in the semi-finals, Gunji had to beat Pitaya Pornchaiwan from Thailand, who's on the World Tour, but perhaps not considered at this sort of level.
Yeah.
And otherwise, there aren't that many names in the draw that
feature nowadays.
Yeah,
exactly. The upper echelons, yeah.
Service over, 11, 12.
I think Benyapa Aimsad was also in the draw that year in singles, which is quite interesting. We see her now, of course, playing doubles with her sister. But Riko Gunji at the time was only ranked or seeded 7th in that World Juniors, and that's quite not unheard of, but normally you're aware of these top players already. You know, a couple of years young, they're already up there. You know, Alex Lanier was the top seed going into his year. Avi Farhan was up there as well. Hu Jian, we haven't seen a lot of on the World Tour yet, but he's an incredible player from China. But he's a year younger and beats or lost to Farhan one year and I think won it the next.
Service over, 12-13.
Wang Zhi is still in front here. Crowd can hear getting right behind her.
Oh, nice shot. Covers the court so nicely. Wang Zhi. The timing of the footwork, the lack of wasted steps is really impressive. She's very effective in the way she moves. In the same way that we see Chen Yifei, An Se-young. Work hard here.
Yeah.
Slight slip as well, I think. Yeah, she's looking down to her right because she.
Service over. 13, 14.
Well, you could hear it before I saw it. Actually, I noticed she'd lost the step.
Well, look, from her perspective, while she should, well, maybe in her mind, be leading or winning, at least she's not far behind a much higher ranked player. That's out. Ooh, challenge.
I think it was called in the. Well, I'm stood up for once, and I can now just see the head of the line judge down there.
You thought that was in? I thought it was
the
out.
line judge called it in. I think it might have clipped the line, and so the call was in, and Gunji's challenged. Miles out.
Yeah.
Challenge unsuccessful. No challenges remaining.
Can only assume that
Service over.
Wang Zhi was in the way of
13.
the line judge.
Back.
Starting to edge away now. Wang Zhi.
It's a surprising, not just performance, I suppose, but style of play. I mean, Wang Zhi is giving this opening game everything she's got, and just to keep in it, I'd be impressed. To be leading at this stage,
Yeah,
truly impressive.
Great.
I can foresee a very one-sided second game when Wang Zhi is on the better end. So it's important for Gunji.
Oh, that's a
Wang Zhi challenges goals.
decent challenge, yes.
Yeah, Gunji was about to challenge because she thought the call might have been out. It's important this opening game. Gunji has to stamp some kind of authority on it. Otherwise, it ought to be comfortable for Wang.
Yeah.
Out.
That's a good challenge. Thought that might be the case.
17-13.
Line judge is just struggling a little bit at the back here.
Well, this is the biggest lead that anyone has enjoyed here in this opening game, and it's a great time for Wang Zhi, particularly on this end, to be up by 4.
Yes. Good hit.
Over.
Oh, she needed that badly.
She's playing well here, Riko Gunji. The style, the strategy is, for me anyway, as much as you can expect. She's She's doing everything she can in a positive way and playing in the right style. It's simply Wang Zhi has been excellent.
Should have finished that off. Riko Gunji.
Brilliant rally. Wang Zhi should have had the chance to finish as well. She has. There was a moment there, one defensive shot from Wang Zhi. A shot that came back that we all were surprised by. This one here, I think. Yes, look at that defense.
Gunji did well to get back there.
A great rally all round, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wang Zhi is finding those rear corners better, I think, than anybody else we've seen this week.
Wow. Even Chen Yufei, yeah?
Yep.
Wow.
Chen did well, obviously, but I don't think Chen Yufei played this sort of normal style as much as Wang is doing. Somehow, Wang is playing fairly aggressively at times. Great matchup too. Into those rear corners and controlling the shuttle. I don't know how she's managing to do it when nobody else can. Look at that. Great touch. Given the chance by Gunji, whose shot was a bit loose.
"30 shots to rally." Well long there from Wang.
Over 15-19.
That sets up 5 game points. This is massive in the context of the match.
Yeah, this is looking so good now. There are some players, some styles that I think suit you as a player, and those that don't, those that you really don't like playing against. This is just a really good matchup for Wang Zhi. I think she'd happily face Gunji in any tournament, any arena in the world. She just seems so comfortable.
She does.
Oh, what a shot.
That is a great shot, though.
Best shot Gunji played. Oh, hold on.
Well, we couldn't see the line judge. I thought that was in.
I thought she hit the line here.
Yeah, me too.
Outstretched Wang.
There we go.
Cross slice. That's in.
Why didn't she challenge?
That is in.
Or was she out of challenges? That looked in.
Maybe she was out of challenges. Maybe she thought the game was all gone, but surely not. On the better end, you'd think he'd hang in there. She must have been out of challenges. That is bizarre. Anyway.
Wow, 21-15 then, Wang Zhi.
Coach 1, 20 seconds. Coach 1, 20 seconds. Second game. Level. Play.
So for those who maybe are newer to the sport or have just joined us at the China Open for this week, Wang Zhi winning the first game against Riko Gunji is, you might say, oh, well, that's, you know, expected. She's world number 2, second seed, playing someone almost 30 places below her. And just to give you the context is the ends here have made a massive difference, and the end that she was on, Wang Zhi, the first game has been a far, far trickier end because there's drift from behind her. In layman's terms, a breeze of sorts, which makes it hard for a player. By winning that first game, that gives her a huge advantage, especially because she's such a good player and far higher ranked than her opponent. It puts her very, very firmly in the driving seat now. So Riko Gunji has it all to do here in the second game.
That's the sort of shot Wang Zhi. Oh, it might have gone wide. Well played.
I like she's you know, not holding back here.
Service over.
She's having to go for it.
Yeah. Especially now.
Yeah.
With the drift behind her, she lacks the same sort of options that Wang has, and has to go for it. Has to take any opportunity she's given. All that she earns.
Service over. 3-2.
It's just so hard. It's hard enough playing the world number 2 without also having to contend. It's almost 2 against 1. I think you kind of alluded to that yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it might sound silly, but to make the game fair, you could take out the back tram lines on Riko Gunji's side. Pretend that is out, where the shot was just landed, for example.
Yeah.
If you took that out
5-2
and left Wang Zhi's back tram lines in, that would then be about a level playing field. That's how difficult the drift is here at the China Open, on this course at least. Good shot from Gunji.
Service over. 3-5.
Yeah, the expectation, I think, from some would be that they would want to see Wang Zhi race through this second game. Perhaps in the way we saw earlier with Kunlavut.
That's the sort of shot. That punch clear into Gunji's forehand corner. That's the one that's going to do some damage. Yeah. Flat lifts, attacking clears. That really does make the court bigger and bigger. Look how controlled Wang looks compared to how Gunji is scrambling around, taking the shuttle so low.
Completely dictating things.
That's the conditions. I mean, that's playing a massive part. Yes, the shot making, yes, the quality. But the longer the rally goes, that's what we should be seeing.
Yeah.
That sort of rally. That's playing the game with the conditions playing their part too. See, look, Gunji taking it so late.
Thank you.
Couple of winners and a little bit of luck, however, and Riko Gunji is still very much in this at the moment. Look at this, Gunji again on the back foot. Oi, lovely. Time and time again, we're going to see that sort of rally. We saw one moments ago.
7-5.
She's just got her opponent here. Wang has on a string. Comfortable as to where she's putting the shuttle and how to do it. Demoralizing, I think, for the Japanese.
Those just 2 points at this stage. Wang Zhi, I feel will accelerate soon enough.
Net cord. That's a great shot from Riko Gunji.
Keeping pace at the moment.
6-7.
Yeah, but she's fighting for her life, and
she is.
Wang Zhi can afford to play this in third gear, just cruise around. That is the style she can. It's not that she's half-hearted. It's how to play this better end for Wang Zhi. Hold your opponent and then find those rear corners. Bring her into the front and then push her back again. Make her late. Just keep going. You know, it will destroy Gunji physically and most players mentally. But it's relentless. Hold your opponent, bang into the rear corner.
She kind of just dropped her shoulders there, Gunji, when she saw.
It's because there's no answer to it. Unfortunately, there's not a great deal she can do. She has to wait. She can't go early because then she leaves the net open. So she's being held on base. And then she's taking the shuttle low and behind her. And what can you do from there?
Yeah, now this is already now looking like Wang Zhi building something significant. It's the biggest lead she's had in the second game now, 4 points.
It's gone wide.
Just wide. No, she was ready to challenge that.
Gunji's challenged.
That seemed slightly half-hearted.
No, she did put her hand up first, but I think Wang Zhi also put her hand up to challenge, thinking the call was in, which it wasn't. So Wang just pulled it out, and Gunji disagrees. I think she's failing here.
Yeah.
Well, it's our own fault for not keeping a closer eye in the first game, but there was that point right at the end, wasn't there, where she hit a brilliant cross almost half smash, cross slice winner, which we thought was in. On replay, it confirmed it was in, but the line judge calls it out, and she didn't challenge, and it might be that she ran out of
Challenges. Yeah.
Got to be careful.
11-6, up by 5 here, Wang Zhi. In the second game, she's already won the first in a comfortable position.
11-6. Play. Service over. 7-11.
Riko Gunji has to try and keep within a couple of points and hope for the best towards the end. She just showed her frustration there.
Service over. 12-7.
It's like torture for Riko Gunji at the moment. Wang Zhi just toying with her like a cat toying with a mouse at times. Gunji having to work terrifically hard, and it's easy for Wang Zhi. It's a dream right now to be a game up and in this position playing
Absolutely.
the advantage of the drift. You can just, you know, she doesn't, it's not an intentional way, but dismantling your opponent is almost the strategy you have to employ. It's a smash won't be as effective, Wang Zhi, so there's no point trying to play a tight net and get the lift. You don't need to. You just need to keep your opponent on a shoestring and keep doing that. Oh, she's gone wide, has she?
Service over.
No complaints from Wang.
No, not at all.
Service over. 14-8.
Up by 6 in the second game. At that end, it's a mountain to climb.
Yeah.
For Gunji at this stage. Just getting worse for her.
58.
You want to cut out the errors on your end. As if the task wasn't hard enough as it was. Oh, good shot.
That's great from Gunji. That's the only thing she's got in her armory. She gets a chance to attack. The attack has to be effective. There's a shot here coming up, I think, down the line. Yeah. Played it with pace, took it early, hit the line, it was accurate. And then she's got to be prepared to play another shot, you know, that's the only way to beat Wang on this end.
Ten, 50.
Well, the crowd may be sensing it. A little lift might be needed for Wang Zhi.
I don't think it's required personally.
Yeah, agreed.
It's the equivalent of if these two players, if these two people were in a, it's just getting easier and easier and easier for Wang. Oh, she's missed it. She's missed it.
From all the way back there, we've seen a few of these.
Too casual.
Yeah, over the last few days.
Yeah.
Where it seemed easier to win the point than lose it, but yet it's lost.
Just with each shot, like I keep saying, when you're on the better end here, with each shot, the game is getting easier and easier. Your opponent's finding it a little bit more difficult. You're taking it a little bit later. You're having to travel a foot further with every shot, and it just is heartbreaking. Yeah, I was about to say, if you imagine them in the gym on a treadmill next to each other, and they say, "Okay, go." You know, a 10K race, let's go. One of you sets an incline at 1, even just a little incline.
Yeah.
And the other one stays straight, stays flat. That's the equivalent. It just eventually, this worst end is going to wear you down.
But it feels more than a 1, doesn't it? The difference in the ends.
Yes, it does actually.
It's over. 16-11.
The only hope you've got, really, at this kind of match is when you're on the good end, you have to make it count, which is why we were talking about that earlier. You have to.
Which is why Young Jun Hao would have been.
And then in a third, when it gets gritty, you might come out on top, like Popov did earlier.
Yeah. Riko Gunji has only ever played one other top 3 player in the world. That's An Se-young. Lost to her twice. 23 and earlier this year.
Yeah, that was in straights, wasn't it? I think I saw that.
Yeah.
There's a bit of emotion coming from Wang Zhi a moment ago. Nice to see. Look at this. Oh, that's a good shot. Can Riko Gunji use it to her advantage somehow? Nope, she's back. Oh, yes, she can.
Nicely
played, yeah.
Yeah, it was the Japan Open last week, the semis, that she played An Se-young. She went up 4 places in the rankings after that great performance at the Japan Open to get to the semis.
Well, that's good judgment.
Had a long, hard look at that, Gunji.
12.
Yeah, and she's now playing against the scoreboard as well as her opponent and the drift. Running out of time. Ah, that's lovely. What a shot.
Good shot.
Service over. 13-18.
back to toying with her opponent again.
Similar pattern. Just a couple of points now required by Wang Zhi.
Oh, it's in. Challenge again.
Riko Gunji challenges called in.
Well, at this stage, she has no choice, I guess. This would set up match point for Wang Zhi.
I'm not sure how confident she is.
Yeah. And so,
usually when you've got belief, you're staring at the scoreboard, you're staring at the big screen, looking to the confirmation, waiting. When you're not bothered by looking up.
It was behind her as well, wasn't it? Let's see. And it's 7 match points here for Wang Zhi.
Good net. Here we go again. Wang, rear corners. Here we go. Oi, net shot. Brilliant.
An easy finish for Wang Zhi, who wins this in straight games after taking the all-important opening game on the harder end. Truth be told, we always thought this might be a second, an easy win for her.
21-15, 21-13.
Yeah, I mean, you said it all. It was won and lost in the opening game, and Riko Gunji played pretty well. I don't think she could have done an awful lot more in that opening game. Wang was simply fabulous.
Big win there for Wang Zhi, the second seed from China. She wins 21-15, 21-13 against Riko Gunji of Japan in just 47 minutes. Our next match then, coming up, is women's singles. Gregora Mariska Tunjung, the 8th seed from Indonesia, takes on Lin Xiangti of Chinese Taipei. Fifth match here, the Changzhou Olympic Sports and Gymnasium. And it is women's singles. Gregoria Mariska Tunjung, the 8th seed of Indonesia, playing Chinese Taipei's Lin Xiangti.